ruthless, honest, intriguing, captivating, addicting, unique. There are so many great adjectives that you could use to describe this season of Survivor. But I shall not use them. I shall just dig into this review. Survivor Season 27, Episodes 1 through 7 review. Yo, this season, rightly called Blood versus Water. I wasn't originally even going to review this season, right? This is the first, I will say though, the first episode, it was good. I even told my sister about it, and shout out to my sister Trinity Liz. She has a channel of her own. She does different topics than I do. She does more of a relationship, kind of life, fashion, kind of y'all get it kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Think she does with pregnancy, girl. Different topics along those lines. If y'all lifestyle stuff, if y'all are interested in that. Anyways, I told her about it, right? And I'm like, yo, you gotta check this season out. Now, I'm not sure if she's checked it out or not, but that was the first episode, and that was pretty much when it came out. I was busy doing a lot of things. I had to play a lot of catch up. Then work started hitting, and I was like, oh yeah. And so I finally decided, what was that? Friday night, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna catch this up, and I end up, man, I was gonna watch like one episode and then watch some more episodes of different shows I'm watching. Revolution, Blacklist, some Sleepy Hollow, you know what I'm saying? But no. I end up marathoning and catching up to the recent, and I want more. Yo, after episode 1, episodes 2 through 7, yo, the blind side, just mind blowing. Just like, what the heck? There is so much complexity in this Redemption Island. I mean, there's the the loved ones. There's the gameplay, some unique, some stuff people ain't done before. You got the veterans, the noobs. You know what I'm saying? The newbies, the rookies. They've heard about the game, but they've never played it. And you see, there's so much. This crazy. It's like, what? Some stuff you expecting, but you're like, no, that's not gonna happen. It happens anyway, bro. So I'm just gonna go, you could say it's highlighting, but I'll get, y'all, if you watch my videos, I get my own take on things. So here we go. In episode 1, we start off with, the introduction of a bunch of folk, and it's all good and dandy, at first, but plot twist at the beginning, plot twist. It's Survivor. What do you expect, right? So we're thinking that the family members, I'm wondering how they're going to do this. They're going to be, together and whatever. No, split them. The former players, they're going to be on one team. And the new players on a whole different team. So 2 different tribes. You got Galong, which is the former players. And you have I keep forgetting. Tadhan, something along those lines. I keep forgetting how to pronounce that second name. But anyway, Tadhan or something like that. And already, not only that, we have 2 players already getting voted out of their tribe. And it's like, what the world is going on? And so we have the 2 players, Rupert's wife, Laura M. And we have John's, not Rachel, what was her name? Y'all know that blonde chick. Anyway, if you watch the show, I'm 2 things. I'm expecting that you either have watched the show if you're watching this video, or you're caught up, or you don't feel like wasting your time, or you're not that interested in catching up, and whatever. I'm grateful that you're watching the review, but y'all get what I'm saying. Anyways, we have the one chick, John's wife, former player, but Rupert, he decides to change his life. It's like, Rupert, no. I want to see you play. Now, I'm not really a Survivor fan. I like the idea and stuff, but I haven't really seen. But Rupert is a fan favorite. He's legendary on Survivor. He's well known. So I want to see him play, but I'm like, come on, man. So them 2 go off from the Redemption Island. Rupert's he's saying he's not going to do any work, while the other one, the female, does all the work and different stuff with the mind games that happen. But in the episode, we see doggone Galong putting in work, coming back from, they start off slow. And Jervis, man, Jervis, he was holding back, but they came through, they powered through, and doggone, no, it was Laura B. is Rupert's wife. My bad, y'all. But Laura M. She the clash between daughters and moms. The Galong pulls out the W. And it's like, yo, it done got serious. And Jervis, and then we see doggone Todd. They're having troubles. They don't know how to start fires, and a whole bunch of elements is going down. They're trying to get their things together. But under what is his name? I can't. Brad Culpepper. That I definitely remember his name because of later on in the season, right? So Brad Culpepper, he kind of takes charge. He's a former football player, and natural leader is described, and he gets the guys alliance on Todd-May. I'm gonna call him Todd or whatever their name. Y'all know Todd or whatever. And so he gets the guys alliance, and the females, being outnumbered, the 5-4 for the males against females. And Marissa gets voted out because of a very petty reason, because of Jervis over exuberantly celebrated in her face, a bit unsportsmanlike, but it doesn't matter. That was oh my goodness. You should have voted out the chick who couldn't produce, Sierra, whatever her name was. She didn't produce. She screwed up. She cost your team. She was a third wheel, but no. We're gonna get up petty. So they send Marissa, and then we see Redemption Island. Rupert. I'm like, nah, Rupert. I mean, it was great effort by Marissa. Rupert, how? This is my reaction. I'm like, no. How do you go? How are you the first one go? Rupert. No. Rupert. But anyways, moving on. So, episode 2, obviously, we're seeing that Galong's getting along, and Colton is trying to, he was involved with the Kumbaya lifestyle, the Zen. So he's trying to stir the pot and everything, and he's trying to manipulate folks, and then also, it wasn't in episode 2 or 3. I'm trying to remember, but we see in episode 2. I don't think they had started yet, but in episode 2, Colton's trying to do, rule and chaos and all that kind of stuff, trying to strategize and make moves. Galong ain't having it. They just trying to enjoy themselves. And episode, but with Tommen, it's like their tribe, they're trying to come to grips and come together and go whatever. And the challenge, Tommen, done, lost again, demoralizing. They have to go up to elimination, to tribal council again, and eliminate another player. Rachel's gone because here comes the gameplay all of a sudden. Okay, Marissa was petty, but here comes the gameplay because they're trying to get how do I forget his name? He's one of my favorite players. Tyson. They're trying to get Tyson, thinking he might switch with his wife. Okay, Rachel. But going into episode 3, we're going into the second Redemption Island duel, right? So Rachel's there, but Tyson's like, he's talking with her, and she's like, no, it's all good. And Tyson's like, yeah, I'm gonna get you guys. Don't meet me, don't meet me in murder time or any physical time. I will bust you up. He says, I'm gonna remember this. You don't screw with the wrong person. So anyway, Rachel ends up losing. So Culpepper, he's caught a lot of heat because Marissa was challenging Culpepper to say he was ring leader and whatnot. And then so Culpepper's taking increasing heat. So we move on. Challenge 3 in a row. Todd Galong wins again. Now this is just getting embarrassing. But doggone Colton, he's getting his back in the corner because the people, they were talking. Galong's talking, and by this point we have 5 alliance members. You got Tyson, Jervis. We have Monica. We have who is Culpepper's wife. Catch that. We have Tyson, Jervis, Monica. You have, I don't think Laura M or Laura B was Cat think it might have been Kat, I can't remember, and Mina, the mom of one of the other chicks. Anyways, so there was a strong alliance of no, I don't think it was Kat, but it was a strong alliance of experienced players, right? And so Todd loses again, and by this point, you know, John's wife, the former player, she had handed John two clues to the immunity idol that's hidden somewhere on the island. So now, you know, instead of the plan to eliminate one of the females, one of the girls, they doggone on one of the women. It's like Culpepper gets this idea, and he's like, yo, he's thinking about the future, and he's like, guys, we might have to X off John. John's becoming too powerful. The original play was to get rid of Sierra, because Sierra is very much a liability, right? Easy knockoff. But it's like, you know, John, get him out of here. You know, he once he gets that immunity, it's gonna shake him up. So what did they do? Blindside John, just straight. He's getting roof, and then the backlash that Culpepper get ruthless though. John's wife just lets into him and everything, and Monica gets it was like, yo. But then we see doggone Marissa, she gets eliminated, and John begins his reign though. Like, yeah, Marissa, she was becoming my favorite player too, and she's gone. So Jervis has lost somebody, Tyson's lost somebody on his, you know. And then so into moving in the episode. Oh, and also at this time, Colton, he's a quit. Here's the thing, man. Y'all. This proves that quitters will always quit. Jeff even gave him a chance to reevaluate. He just quit because, look, Colton, his back was against the wall. Here's the problem. Galore hadn't even lost a match yet. They hadn't lost a challenge yet. But no, Colton couldn't have it his way. So like a baby, he won and he lost it. And I kind of feel for Caleb. Not because of gay, whatever. Besides the whole gay aspect, homosexual aspect, I don't care. But Caleb's like, yo, man, I feel for dude, your boyfriend, he just sucks. He sucks at the game. He's a little whiny bitch if you have it. I mean, whatever you want to call him. There's so many things you could call him. He's a whiny brat, and he had a whine. And Jeff just like, don't even throw your buff in the urn. You don't deserve it. You didn't earn this. Some people should have stayed on the couch. I was like, yo, when that happened, you know, this season just started getting unique and real. And from that point, with Colton, you know, and then Marissa, and from this point, it just goes crazy. Freaking so Todd, you know, T-Tribe, I'll call for now until I get their proper name because it slipped my mind. Anyway, they have continually lost. And at this point, Culpepper's power is winning. His leadership is winning. They've continually lost. I don't think this is their reasoning, but if you really look at it objectively, they've continually lost under his leadership. It's time for new change in leadership. It is time. So the guys are like, you know, yo, and he just blinds that we don't want to, even though was it Vetus might have said we don't want to be John. Like that whole thing just changed the whole dynamic, and that just goes to show you, man. That just goes to show you humans, man. We don't, for better or for worse, we don't go survival. We don't go by the normal set plans. Stuff happens, you know. Stuff like power, it corrupts. It changes everything. If John hadn't got the potential power of the because his wife kept winning and she tried to give him an advantage, but people are like, yo, he's not sharing that advantage with his tribe. And so you're looking at the individual versus the group. So there's a lot of psychological, a lot of sociological elements that have been produced once again in the Survivor, especially in this Survivor season 7. And so doggone, you know, Culpepper, he's a target now. You know, the king can't stay on top forever. Just can't do it. So once again, go long, 4 straight challenges that they win. And at this point, the T-Tribe, man, just face slap, just like y'all just looking terrible. Something's got to change. And they're talking. They're like, yo, And also Culpepper slipped up, and this was the first huge slip up this season. Culpepper's like, he was telling the females, like, he spent extra time talking to the females, and the guys, the Vetus, Hayden and Caleb were like, yo, something's up. This ain't right. He didn't just talk to him. He spent extra time because the plan was to knock off one of the females, right? But Culpepper says to the females, he's like, yeah, y'all should vote for Caleb. He doesn't have a loved one and whatever. And then he goes and tells the rest of the guys, I said that for them to vote for Caleb, blah, 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 but it's still cool. The plan is to still X off on the females. We get to tribal council, and Caleb begins a coup, baby. I'm like, dude. And I'm like, is this going to go down or not? I'm like, this is going to be a huge play. I kind of expected it, if you watch the season, you knew people were going to be going after Brad Culpepper, right? But it's like, Caleb, the vote was tied between him and Sierra. I'm like, no, because remember at this point there's 6 of them left, right, on the T tribe, and so doggone, as y'all can see, I'm this is kind of my reaction to this episode, and so they voted again, and at first my dog, because at this point Marissa going to everybody, Hayden has become my favorite player. I'm loving Hayden. I like his whole general demeanor. He's a good player. He's a solid player. He's an asset to everything. I really like him. I like his stance and everything. And I'm thinking he's going to write down Brett. No. He ends up switching to Sierra. He Mr. Loyalty. And so they have a revote. And we see even in the next episode, it was Vetus who changed his vote. Caleb successfully pulled off a coup. So I'm like, dang, dude, no. I'm like, I expect what's like, it just blindsided. So they just axed the head. So dog, so out comes, and then Brad. I'm like, I'm so glad that they felt satisfaction that Brad was on redemption. I'm just glad that Fish wasn't nothing serious happened, because I'm like, yo, that was mass hatred for Brad by them. And then we got the whole discussion in episode 5. We on once again, Redemption Island duel, and to stay alive, okay. And she was just saying, I was repeating when I was here. Everybody was saying, And Galong's like, yeah, we don't believe, the stuff that was said about Brad. Monica was giving the breakdown and everything, and whatever, Brad survives. And was it the last second day? Yeah, I believe it was the last second day. He asks out John's wife. He survives in the game, which I kind of wanted him to, because look, man, at this point, the female, she is the last of the originals from Redemption Island. So I kind of wanted her to go. I wanted her to go because she was also becoming very hostile, very, very hostile. So it was time for her to go. It was time for her to go, and she left. John's on his own, so now he can be completely focused, which was cool too. So moving on, we see in this Galong, they're starting the gameplay, and Jervis and Tyson and Jervis have set up a secret strong alliance. Their own thing. And they're even starting the gameplay, drinking some from the coconuts and everything. I'm loving that. So even Galong, even though they haven't lost the challenge yet, we see that they're teetering, as a tribe. They're beginning, the individualism amongst the tribe is beginning to really start to happen, especially in the aftermath of the disorder that and disruption that Colton had brought to the tribe. And over in T Tribe, they're, Vetus talks about how peaceful the negative energy that Brad Culpepper it's gone now. They can just their focus and everything. But Caleb is become swingman, so he's holding power. So and it's like, yo, T Tribe, y'all have got to win the challenge. This is beyond the. It's like it's necessary. It's necessary for the game. It's necessary for everything. And it's like Caleb can't hold that much power. He might have to be act. So we're looking at him, and then I was just like, yes, I was actually really cheering that T Tribe actually, not because Hayden's my favorite player at this point, but because T Tribe actually wins. It was necessary. I'm serious. It was necessary. It was getting embarrassing. And plus, twice Galong had come back from like the unbelievable. And then in that challenge with the slide, it's like, yes, T Tribe, Todd Harder, I think it was. They win. And then Galong has to face the first elimination, and Lord B's on the chop block because he's easy, but people are like, no. And so now the gameplay really starts to begin. And Lord, I'm like, no, one of your best players? Like, I get the strategy, but one of your best players, Lord M, the one that won with the puzzles? Like, yeah, I do harken back. I know y'all had. I don't really have to speak on that challenge with the um, you know, the clash with the pillow kind of things. I don't have to speak on that one. Y'all see, and y'all have your own perspectives. So anyway, and I know this video is long. I don't care. I'm reviewing 7 episodes, and I'm just stoked to do it and stoked to do reviews of this series. So anyways, continuing on. So Galong, they ask L'Oreal. You know, they don't. And it was also a lack of trust kind of thing. Whatever. So L'Oreal goes in a challenge, and her daughter, she's like, yeah. But she's like, no, don't even think about it, dear. No, I got this. She said, I got it. I'm like, dude. And at this point, I kind of want Brad to go. Laura M's become, at this point, my second, along with Tyson. So Tyson and Laura M have, joined, it's Hayden, then it's Tyson's Laura M. Those are my 3 favorite players at this point. And I want him to go. And plus, I think it's time for Brad to go. And so, yeah. Laura M, then, John does his thing. John does his thing, and John's been giving these to Monica to kind of get back at now that John's been waiting to kind of get back at Brad, but at the same time, Monica first ever time she just burns. She burns the clues to the invulnerability. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The idol that stops you from, invulnerable, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, can't believe I forgot the name. Anyway, she's been burning clues to the idol, and so Brad's gone, and so now everything's done shifted and whatever, and we get to Galong. They're they've only lost once, but their tribe is not quite unified. Their tribe is not very unified, and so. Todd Hotto. Okay, now I remember. Todd Hotto. They won the next. No, hold on. Was it at this point? At this point, I believe it might have been the tribes. Yeah, at this point, it was the tribe swap. So different players got, thrown over, and Vetus and was it Sierra? I don't think Sierra. Sierra, I think is Laura M's daughter, but Vetus and the daughter of the blonde Trina, yeah, her daughter came over. They came over. So Vetus is the lone man with 5 women. Okay, and we get over obviously the strong, the secret strong alliance of Jervis and Tyson go over to Todd Hotto, along with Aswan. Y'all know a dude who was kind of in alliance, but he's become the odd man out, and of that old alliance that was on the long, right? And obviously Hayden, I think Sierra, was it Sierra? Whatever, still there, and another person, I can't believe I can't remember the other person. Oh, and obviously Caleb. They were all still there, right? And so it's 3v3 kind of sort of, and they're gleaning information. There's some gameplay in there, but Vetus's brother is getting kind of set under the bus like he's the bad guy, and they need to axe him because there's this power play. Because right now Vetus and him are the strongest. They're one of the only couple remaining. The loved ones remaining, and also they're looking at their potential strong players that could. Taking this whole thing, and so they're thinking about, we lose the challenge, they're going, but now Todd Hotto wins, and so Vetus is the obvious choice for Galong to pick, right? But Vetus does this beautifully, and Kat, she makes the wrong move. See, this is she was getting annoyed. She let her emotions get to the better of her, and she goes and she says to Tina, Monica's been over strategizing, and I'm not cool with it. Maybe we should act. But Tina goes and tells Monica. Monica, very persuasive, very convincing, is like, yo, what is this? But of course, Kat lies, and then so the trust is broken. And there was a whole council. Now the game, the game's really real. It got serious at this point. And so doggone Vetus is, he's fine, and he didn't have a hard time of talking this time. He's like, yo, I've been open and honest with y'all. And look, once that trust is broken, yeah, y'all can have that alliance, that 5-year-old alliance, whatever, but it's not gonna be strong. An alliance requires trust. And so they asked Kat, and man, Kat was that nigga. So I felt for Hayden. That's my dog. But Kat was all she thought. She came when Hayden wasn't gonna love her. She was mad because of the game, whatever. But that was a beautiful moment, beautiful moment. But you know, Kat, she didn't stand a chance against Laura and John. Come on, man. So she knew that. And Hayden's like, he asked an excellent question. He's like, what's better chance for us winning? She's like, obviously you in the game. He's like, okay. And so Kat gone. And so now Galong, you know, they're still trying to hold on to that 5-11, but they're crumbling. Todd Harder wins another challenge. Galong at this point, you know, this is, I believe, we're now in what, the most recent episode. And so Galong, you know, they were gonna go. They had talked before, you know, all the females, and Vetus is out there alone. They like Vetus, especially Laura B. She likes Vetus, but she's like, you know, Todd Harder's still over there, and we'll see what happens with Todd Harder. But you know, Galong's like, we like Vetus, you know, but Laura B. This is one of those times where it shows sometimes silence is golden. She opens her big mouth. She didn't consult, and especially with females, you had better consult them. Okay, you had better consult them. She didn't consult them. The other females were not happy about that. And then y'all saw that whole thing. Y'all saw how that erupted before and then after. They're like, yeah, Laura B got to go. They said it was similar to Kat, but it was different. It was a trust thing, but it's like, you know, how do you just open up like that, yo? Obviously, Vetus was you know, y'all was what it's like, you know, you talk too much. We can't trust that. We don't know if you're going to, you know, be switching, you know, letting the information. Before, Kat, you know, might be switching sides. We can't let you be switching up. We can't direct. But then, you know, open mouth too much. No, we can't have that. So they asked Laura B. So that's where we got to so far. So, yeah, man. I'm sorry if this was too long for you, but, you know, you should have been prepared. This is 1 through 7 episodes, man. 7 episodes. So 7 episodes in, man. Y'all can tell I'm loving this series, man. I can't wait to see what happens. Can Galong finally pull off a win? Can tell how to, I mean, yo, what big move's gonna happen next, man? And how many episodes before the merger? I think there's maybe one. You know, I think it might be episode 9. That might be when the merger happens. I'm not sure, but boy, when that merger happens, or maybe either episode 9 or 10. You know, it's coming. Man, this season. So some blindside, some ruthless play, some gameplay, some illogical. Oh man, you make one in this season. You make one false move, you're done. You're done. You unexpected one to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me y'all thoughts on the season. If you're not watching this show, please get into this. And yes, I will be reviewing from episodes 8 till the end of the season. They're like halfway through. I think they're day 17 now. Okay, so they're about halfway through the, yeah, they're closing on halfway through the 39 days that they're there. So yeah, man, I haven't seen a whole bunch of, but I did at least one of the, if not the best Survivor seasons out there. Yeah, man. So like I said, I hope y'all have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Watch this season. Peace.